So I saw a lot of people in the comments debating this. Steph Curry changed the NBA and da da da, blase, 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 blah. But they are correct in the sense of when you talk about a generational talent or a generational player, I should say, that is referring to a player that has physical skills that aren't really matched by others. And it's obviously it's physical gifts mixed with, other things, skill and other attributes that makes them this all-time great player. But when you're looking at a LeBron James that at 6'8", 6'9", 260 can run as fast as he can, jump as high as he could, even at this age, he's still faster and jumps higher than most of the NBA. Everyone is trying to mimic Steph, but I think that when some people he is a all-time player and he has influenced the next generation of players. But in terms of him physically, he wasn't anything special, right? Go Flow. So, ultimately, I think, when they're talking about generational players, it is players that have amazing physical abilities, right? God-given gifts, right? Things that you can't necessarily teach to someone, right? So, LeBron James, Shaq, Magic Johnson, like he was talking about, at his height, to be able to see the floor the way that he did, to have a handle that he had. He wasn't going between the legs. He didn't have a bop game, but to be able to see the floor and handle the ball at his height at that time, it took years for players to be able to emulate something like that. It took LeBron James to come to be a player like that, right? And so yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to this, a lot of players don't fall in this category, right? Kyrie Irving is not a generational player. He worked on his craft. He wasn't physically gifted. He's not stronger, faster. He doesn't jump higher than anyone else. He's not taller than anyone. He's 6'3", 6'4", and he just worked on his game, right? So, I think some people have, an all-time great or a super influential player, have it confused with a player that comes once in a blue. And we say that because those players have physical attributes that... Who led a dynasty? Oh, yeah, but we're talking about something different, GoFlow. I hear what you're saying, but it's just a different category. No one's saying that Steph Curry is not one of the greatest players ever, but I'm just explaining typically when people have spoken about a generational player, and this isn't just now, this has been for as long as I've been watching basketball. When they speak about players like that, it's players that have incredible physical abilities, because the idea is if you can take someone with physical tools that are better than everyone else's and now give them skills or add stuff to their game, imagine how that player looks like. So look at a LeBron James who's physically more gifted than everyone else, but now you add all the basketball IQ, you add the vision that you can't teach. Now you have a top 1, 2, 3 player ever, right? Michael Jordan, hands bigger than everyone else. What do they always say? Fast twitch muscles, 48-inch vertical leap, fast as fuck, strong as fuck. But now he adds a finesse game, the mid-range game. Now you get the 1, 2 best player ever, right? Like even a Kobe Bryant wouldn't necessarily be a generational player because physically he was an average player. And I think that's why a lot of hoopers look at Kobe Bryant the way that we do, because Kobe Bryant became that great without any physical tools, right? And so it's not a diss to players like a Steph Curry, a Nikola Jokic, a Kobe Bryant, that they're not in this category. Honestly, it's a compliment to them to say you are as good as these guys who are like gods, right? Like they have physical gifts that are above everyone else. They're taller than everyone. They're, physical attributes. And the fact that these regular mortals can fucking compete with these guys really is impressive.